Good evening. I'm Jana Knapp, and I am one of the organizers of Ignite Fort Collins. I want to welcome all of you to Ignite Fort Collins number 17. How many of you have never been here before? Never been to an Ignite? Okay, let me explain to you what's going to happen. Our presenters have 5 minutes and 20 PowerPoint slides that automatically advance every 15 seconds. That means they've got that time to tell you what it is that they're passionate about. Now, many of them have sat in the very seats that you are in at another Ignite and decided they wanted to share with us what they're passionate about. Before the evening's over, I hope many of you choose to do the same. Now, the hashtag for the evening is IgniteFC. I can say it, right? Bring your phones out. You're welcome to tweet along, take pictures. Don't use your flash, and please dim your screens for everybody, okay? But before you start doing all of the fun stuff on social media, I want to talk to you just a little bit about what Ignite is about. Ignite exists to promote ideas that are compelling or exciting or need brought to the attention of our community. The things that you're passionate about should matter to the community that you live in. Our purpose is to build bridges in the community and help you connect with the ideas that you hear tonight and the people who said them. Now, how many past presenters do we have in the audience? Okay, take a look around. Okay? Those are the people you want to meet because they've discovered something, and they've discovered something that everyone in this room needs to know about. What they've discovered is Quiddity. Let me say it again. Quiddity. It's a word most of you have never used, let alone heard, right? Has nothing to do with a golden snitch. Yeah. Quiddity is the inherent nature or essence of something or someone. The inherent nature or essence. It's from the Latin root word quid, which means what. So this is literally the whatness of something. Right, okay. So from a philosophical standpoint, that means that it is the attribute of something that is fundamental to it. It is necessary for it to exist, and without it, would lose its identity. It's that intangible spark. It's the soul of something. That thing that if it didn't have it, it wouldn't be that thing anymore. Which is fine if you're talking about things, but when you start talking about people, that's when it gets messy. What is the inherent thing that makes you you? What is the essence of you? What is it that if you didn't have, you wouldn't have an identity? Right? Most people would tell you it's family or career, right? No. Those are the cop-out answers. Seriously. What is it that is inherent to your nature that makes you who you are? And that's what our presenters have discovered. That's what they've figured out. That piece of themselves that's so important that they stand up on this stage in front of 450 strangers and bear a tiny piece of their soul. It's scary, but that's the beauty of Ignite. Not only do you get to hear about passion distilled down into actionable form, but you get to see that intangible spark that drives someone in our community. So I have a challenge for you tonight. I want you to listen. And while you're listening, I want you to seek to understand. Understand what it is that drives people to be up here in front of you. And then I want you to connect. I want you to talk to strangers. We're all perfectly nice people. It'll be fine. But I want you to get past the, oh, I'm a coder. No. Tonight is about the essence of who you are. Now, there are people I have to thank. I have to thank our presenters who have worked incredibly hard to be here. I need to thank our volunteers who are amazing. And I need to thank our sponsors because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. But most of all, I need to thank all of you. We brag that you are the best audience in Fort Collins because you cheer our presenters, you support them, and you respect the ideas that they bring to the table. So, it's time for me to get off this stage. And if you will give me a rousing round of applause, I will have Larry introduce our very first speaker, and we will get Ignite Fort Collins number 17 started.
Very good. Hello, how is everybody? So we'd like to thank the band that was playing. That was Raw Tune. Yes, and if you enjoyed the music, you can find them at rawtune.bandcamp.com, and they do have CDs for sale there. All right, so Jana did a lot of explaining. There will not be a quiz later, so you don't have to worry, but I do want to reinforce some things. First of all, we do ask that there is no heckling. You don't have to cheer hooray for everybody if you're really not enjoying it, but please, no heckling. This is an all-volunteer organization. Nobody makes any money. We put in long hours. The sponsors and your ticket prices, we basically break even. So we really, really, really love our sponsors. And on the back of your program is a list. And I ask that you please patronize them. The Coloradoan is a big one. Yay, thank you, Coloradoan. University of Colorado Health, WTF Marketing, and Waterpick are our major sponsors. There's also associate sponsors and in-kind sponsors that support us because they like what we do. So please support them with your patronage. Thank you, sponsors. All right, if people didn't figure it out yet, there will be an intermission, and then there will be an after party, and there's a food truck in the south parking lot, Silver Seat, if you want food. Everyone has their drink tickets that you can use for a beer or something else. If you didn't get a drink ticket, you should. You go to the back table, and they put an X on your ticket, and you get a blue ticket you can exchange. All right, so let's do a little practice. If there's a talk that you really, really like, what happens? And hopefully this doesn't happen, but if there's a talk that you don't really like, okay, that works. All right, I think I can now introduce our first speaker. All right, Giovanni Martelli is a youngish, entrepreneur-ish who started a production company this spring and who likes acting and sleep. She is an ex-figure skater, so